everybody, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a very simple design using a couple flat brushes, and it's going to be done on this green glass bottle. This is the bottle I use for a lot of my videos. I just do the designs, do my video, take pictures, and then I wipe it off and start again. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. The two brushes I'm using today are a number 14 and a 12. All of these items will be listed below as affiliate links if you'd like to purchase through them. I'm using a fine liner by Winstonia and a number 10 Deerfoot stippler. And honestly, with the Deerfoot stippler and the liner brush, you can use whatever you have available. You don't have to use what I'm using. I am using all FolkArt paints. I'm using multi-surface and enamels, using burnt umber. Put that back there. I am using teal and wicker white. Thicket, of course, that's my favorite green. And let's get started. I've already cleaned the bottle off and it's ready to go. What I'm going to do first is tip my brush into a little bit of the wicker white, a little bit of the teal, and just do some easy blending strokes. When you're painting, the main thing is to get a good coverage. You know, so when you start painting, if you feel like it's not covering opaqueness, I don't say opaqueness, but opaquely, to where you don't want a stained glass look with this paint. That's not what it's really good for. Basically on this, I'm just going to push down the brush, do some wiggle strokes, and I go up and down and come back in. Yeah, this paint is not good for stained glass type painting. If you want to do that, I would say do like Pivo 160 or something like that. Alright, so on this flower, I'm not going to have it fully open. I'm going to come down at the bottom, and excuse me if my hand gets in the way. I'm trying to make sure you can see it, but I just come up and do wiggle stroke into, you know, towards the middle, and just come back down here. So a couple of the petals are flipped up. It's not completely open. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is come in here, do the same wiggle strokes, come back down towards the center. Now you can do a couple things. You can go for all your petals having the same color on the outer parts as you had, you know, just all the way around for each leaf or petal, whatever you want to say it. Or you can then come down here or on the top, do lighter. For this one, I'm just going to do all the same colors around it. As far as, you know, on the extreme, I don't know why I'm having a hard time talking today, but on the outer parts of the petals is what I'm trying to say. Whew, sorry. Alright, so here we go again. And I go ahead and put a another wiggly petal in. And these are fun to do. I mean, I guess I like to do a lot of the different strokes, but they're fun. And I don't want to do a flipped petal again, because I did that with the one above this one. When you're done with this, or if you do the first layer, you feel like it's just not covering well, go back in and hit it with another coat. You can always do a hair dryer or heat gun, something like that, to give it some drying time quickly, or just give it about an hour or so and come back over and, you know, paint another layer on here. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to do, I just got my paint, my bottle and my paint. I'm going to go ahead and do a flip, you know, one of these petals that's flipped up, and come down here and just go up like that. I need one more because I like to have odd numbers, so I might even go back up here and do another one Yeah, that would be good. Let me go up here and do one, because I'm getting kind of full at the bottom here. And like I said, I'm not really worried about the the opaqueness on this design, and that's primarily because it's going to be washed off and it's not something that I'm selling. So just so you know, let me go back over here. And if you're worried about the coverage, and you could always try to do a second layer as you're painting it, just like I just added on to that one, but you don't have to. That's, that's up to you. All right, my little liner brush, I just like to stick it in here, and then I'll just tap it in to whatever color I'm using or wanting to add. Just gonna go ahead and put in my little stems, and like for this one, it's just kind of button right up to the next flower, so I'm not too worried about it. If you know my painting, I'm going to end up with a lot of leaves, so it'll be covered well. And I'm just going to pull that down here, come out from this one, just pull it over, and just pull it over. You can add different colors to make it stand out more. And if you want to add a little white, you can do that too. A little yellow, you can do that too. And I'm thinking I forgot to say a color here. Something I'm going to add at the end. And that is my yellow ochre. You can act like you're attaching these if you want. Again, I'm not going to focus too much on that because I know with what I'm doing, I'm going to cover a lot of it up. Put that up there. I might come out here with one. I like to do, just kind of, I don't want them to be just a straight line. So I like to give them a little bit of wave. And by doing this too, I'm kind of creating a little bit of thickness. And then I'm going to come down here a little bit, just real easy. And then I can come up here. If I were doing the bottle for real and not just for the video, I typically do go up the neck of the bottle so that it's covered. And this just kind of finishes it off. With this bottle though, the way it is, I might just do basic leaves around it up into that area. Alright, so for the leaves, I'm going to tap into my basic colors, which is the thicket and the fresh foliage. I'm going to add some brown, rotate a little bit, so some will be darker than others, and I could even touch into the white to add into it. I'm going to start with doing kind of like some leaves I did yesterday on my design, just quick wiggles. The only thing is I have to be careful because I'm going over the color that I just painted, and it could pull up some of that color, so I just have to be careful. And with painting on this bottle, it's not giving me a whole lot of room, to create the design like I did on the paper, which is okay. It's just something to be, aware of. I can just come through here like that, just very lightly. It's a light pull. If you go too hard, it'll pull the paint up. Alright, so we're going to go down here, and I can, as you see, I've got light on the outer edges, dark on these edges. Just kind of mix them up a little bit. They don't all have to be the same. Matter of fact, it gives a little more interest if they're not the same. And we'll come back here, do the same thing. come through here and put the stem through a little lighter if you want, or it can be darker. Up to you. And here we go again. For some reason, I like to work in twos when it comes to my leaves, and when it comes to my flowers, I like to work in odd numbers. I just did that, had white on my brush for some reason. All right. And on these leaves, I'm just putting, you can wiggle them really fast like I was doing yesterday, or you can do a little slower. Up to you. Very pretty though, just very simple. My designs are meant to be simple because I want people to try them. Like that. I don't want to put too many on here because I do want to focus more on just filling the leaves with, you know, filling in with filler leaves and such. I can go up into here too, but I'm going to leave that open. Now I'm just going to, I just kind of on another plate just kind of scraped off some of the paint that I already was using. I'm going to go into the fresh foliage and just coat this brush. If I pick up any extra colors, that's great. Alright, so I'm going to start here. I'm just going to do my basic kind of touch and pull leaves. Come up here, and you can do them like different ways. They don't all have to be created the same way, and I know some people think that they all have to look the same, but they really don't. I'm going to do that here, come down here, over here. I just want to make sure too though that I'm getting a good coat because I'm just doing the one color, and that doesn't always give me a very thick end result. We know that that's what we need, so I'm going to come back over here. Let me think here. I'm going to come back here and do it like, well, you know, I might have had a leaf or two that started out here. And I apologize if my hand gets in the way. I try to be careful with that, but I don't always manage. Alright, then we're going to go one more place. See, and that didn't cover very well, so I'm just going to come over it again. But you can hit your brush like that. You can just do quick little slices, as I call them. Make them a little smaller. Yeah, I don't like that, so I'll just kind of incorporate it in there. Do the bigger one. Alright. I go back to my liner brush and do the same thing. Stick it in, roll it. I can do little touches. If I want to add another color, I can. And I'm going to just go in here. Once again, I like when it's just very loose, and go like that. And we're just doing I like to do just different layers and just kind of make it fun. Make it fun and easy. And we'll just swing it back. And I'll put in, you know, some darker green in here too. I just like when it's, again, just kind of free flowing, not all staunch and perfect. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not a perfect painter by any means. All right, here we go. I'll come over this one and just keep going. Just make it real light. If it doesn't end up, you know, actually creating a line, then just go back over it, because that happens. All right. Alright, we're almost finished. Thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate that. And then we'll do one more down here. I'm just making it real simple. Just doing some quick little pulls here. Alright, and then, again, as I mentioned, I forgot to tell you that I'm doing the yellow ochre. And it's because it's really not real prevalent. It's just going to be a quick, very quick. I think I end up wasting a lot of paint. Not my thing. Alright, so I'm going to stick my Deerfoot stippler just all into this one color. Tap it out a little bit because I don't want too much paint on there. Even though I flipped it up, I am still going to simulate a center there. And I'm just doing a quick pop. I don't want it to be anything real harsh. And there it is. Just quick and easy. If you want to add another color to it, you can. If you want to add dots, go right ahead. Whatever you want to do. But here you go. It's a cute little bottle or big bottle. Put this on any bottle that you have, you know, any jars even, if you want to practice on your pickle jars, your olive jars, any condensing, are awesome. Give it a try. Alright, hope you like this video. If you do, give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. And prior to leaving, if you would take a moment to share this video on your social network with your family and friends, I would greatly appreciate that. Just hit the share button underneath the video and you'll be good to go. Alright, until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.